Hi guys.
Hi.
This is the Grey Purple.
Welcome to our channel.
So today we're going to talk about money and relationships.
Yani hela. Mafaranga.
Mafaranga ni lugha gani?
Dini Rwandese, France.
Oh, mafaranga. Yes. I've remembered. Yani hela. Hela katika mahusiano.
Ya.
Unajua hela ni sabuni ya roho.
Mahusiano
ya kimapenzi, si mahusiano mengine bwana ya kimapenzi. Yani zile hela huwa mnafanyaje katika mahusiano yenu?
Mnapopendana mwapenda pia hela zenu namna gani?
Now, sasa, we'd like to talk about money and relationships and how you handle the same.
Yes.
Hey, this is one hot topic. So does it start from when people are dating?
Of course.
Or does it start in marriage?
For me, it's relevant in the sense that dating is, we are foreseeing what things would be like. We don't imagine that tumeanza kudate sahi, this is how we handle our finances. Lakini once we get married, then things change. I think it also depends on how long or how serious your relationship is.
But actually you're right, because I'm thinking, when you're going for those dates, ukipelekwa date jameni. This is
Nani ulipia?
Nani ulipa? Who pays for those bills? Are you comfortable him paying all the time even when you have money? And you get into that comfort zone and you're seeing it's normal? Or are you those woke women who know that I can contribute this time, I should also contribute next time? That's what equality is all about.
Yeah, because for real, you can't have gender equality.
We cannot achieve that if
some levels we want to take and then others.
Yes. So that said, our first subtopic will be, is his money ours and mine? Kwa sababu hiyo ndio shida kubwa katika mahusiano.
My money is my money.
Yes.
His money is ours.
Why do we as women believe that? You want equality in everything else. You want equality in decision-making processes. You want to be informed of things that have been purchased and such like.
You want your name to be put in the title.
Yes. Unataka logbook ya gari ikuwe na jina yako. Lakini hukutoa hata senti moja.
And
it's not like you don't have the money.
You work.
Let's put stay-at-home moms out of this equation and jobless women out of this equation. You're working, you have money, you have mula.
You have your own biashara.
You have your own biashara. And you're bringing something, but it's
not that you're rich necessarily, but you have something.
Lakini pale kwa meza ndio haifiki. You're not bringing it to the table. I don't know where it's going.
Bado unangoja pesa za shopping, pesa za nywele, pesa za kucha.
Hata pads, my goodness.
To be very sincere, I do not understand it at all. Actually, to be controversial, when we're talking about dates, this story ya Tuma Fair, nikuje nikuone, I have never understood. I don't know.
That one. It's a very hot topic currently in Kenya.
Why do you need to send me fare to come see you? Because
this is a relationship. This is all about love. It's not like you're doing him a favor.
Yes.
By going to see him. Kama huna, it's fine. I totally support kama huna ni sawa. But kama uko nayo mbona unaitisha?
Sababu in the same way that yes, you're taking time out of your day and you've pampered yourself to go and meet him. He's also taken time out of his day to come and see you. So I really don't get it.
I feel like this is where our troubles start as women. When it comes to money story, his money, ours, mine is mine, that's where our issues start. And we cannot resolve most issues if we continue like this. It starts with dating. Are you paying for dates? Story I know wanaume wanasikenga uchungu sana story ya kununua socks kwa baba.
Ndio maana hupelekwi dates sababu kila saa mkitoka nje it's expected to come out of his pocket.
Yes. You don't even show effort like, let me pay for hata kama it's a single thing.
Kujifanya natafuta wallet. Nothing.
My prepaid card iko empty.
Also on your story, his money, my money, my money, our money. If you've decided to be this person's spouse, this person's partner, this person's, like, you have become one, and you're one in almost every aspect, but financially, then I think someone is being cheated there. You should be able to contribute to your lifestyle.
Being cheated, how, in what sense?
In the sense where imesemekana, and we'll complain and say, you know, I work hard and I go to work and I do all this, but if your money is yours and his is, at some point, because you're humans, he might start to feel like, ai hapa nachezewa kiasi, nachezwa. And that is how people now also end up keeping properties as secrets.
Yeah, actually, I think it's actually it provides a window to how your future will be.
Yeah,
this person will start saying that if you're not willing to contribute even for the little stuff, so what about in future when he tells you he has seen a piece of land that goes for 5 million and he has 3 million, so he'd like you to contribute 2 million. Title itakuwa shared, but that will be difficult for you if you're not used to that. You've already created a culture where umezoea pesa yako ni yako, and you feel like everything should be provided for you. So I think it starts mbali sana with
and
the
it's
little
also
things.
very empowering as well.
It is very empowering
to know that
so.
we built this together. And that's not to say that if you don't have a source of income that you haven't contributed to the home, because there's also that issue of domestic work it's not being paid for. You have your mama, she doesn't have a job yet, but she stays at home, she looks after children, or she has chosen to stay at home. Yeah, hopefully,
which is usually a very big sacrifice.
Hopefully it's her choice. Si ati hata amelazimishwa. You know, the guys who will tell you, yes, you need to leave your job so that I can provide, which
that one is just,
I don't know how I feel about that. Hopefully she's chosen to stay at home.
Now if she's chosen to stay at home, how do you reward her?
Now with the experience of COVID, we can see how, like, for real, it's a full-time job. Staying with the kids, keeping the house clean 24/7, it's not an easy task.
It is not easy. And I'm hoping that this period will be a lesson to all men. It will be an eye-opener to them, for them to be able to know how difficult this really is.
Yes. And her doing that supports you to be able to live.
To live comfortably to enjoy your life.
For you to go out and make that money that you want.
Yeah, we see how many men get messed up when their women leave. Because they're used to miss jota iwe inafanywaje. So subtopic number 2, 50-50 financial contributions.
So tumesema watu wa contribute.
Wacha kunyeshe sasa tujue panapovuja.
Me, if you ask me, I don't think it needs to be 50-50. I think you should be able to look at, in our incomes, how much are we able to contribute? Are you for combining the incomes, or for me just telling you I earn 50 G's and you tell me I earn 100, like we show each other our pay slips? Combining as in? So kila mtu inaenda kwa account moja? Nasema, what's your approach? That you tell me how much you earn, and then we agree on an amount each of us will be contributing every month, or utoe pesa zako zote, mshahara ukikuja, ulete kwa meza. Apana. I do the same. No. Which one are you for? I think I still need to be able to have control over my money. Absolutely. It's mine. I worked for it. Yes. But we should be able to look at, these are our expenses. I only make this amount. You make this amount. So let's see what percentage I would be able to comfortably contribute, yes, and you as well. I'm also for that. I'm not all about it. It is said that women should pay for sijui units za stima, bili ya maji, na nini ingine, na shopping and house girl. Nobody said that. In fact, I've come to realize those are very expensive. House shopping, daily expenditure. Yes. It's crazy.
Let someone not lie to you to ukifanya shopping ya 10k a month, depending on how big your family is, that's adequate. The stuff that you'll be buying every day,
that recurrent expenditure is
crazy
something else.
Expensive, yes.
And it's almost very difficult to budget for.
Very
because
difficult.
Needs are always coming up.
Hata ukijaribu kuzifit kwa miscellaneous expenses, they still don't fit in there.
Yeah.
So those are crazy. So I feel like you just don't decide that this is for the woman, this is for the man. Look at my salary. Let me look at yours.
Imagine that now we've given even Nini bills gender.
Imagine. Gender connotations paka kwani. Surely. I swear, ask most women, they'll tell you nalipanga house girl, na shopping, na sijui hizo tokens, na blah, blah,
because it's only vitu za kidem.
And it feels like he's, and then the man pays school fees and rent. And you might think you're ni, unless your child goes to Brook House.
Yeah, you might be shortchanging yourself.
Yes, you might be. And you might not know it. So it's important. I agree with you. Look at my salary, then let me see how much I can contribute. Because you can't be earning $1 million, and 100 G's, and then it's 50-50. How now? Should
I tell my partner exactly how much I earn?
I'm for full disclosure. Wacha nikwambia, kama utajificha na pa DMs, if you work in a place where that is given, fine.
Okay.
But kwa salary, mimi hata sikuniambia, my friend, unaniletea pay slip. Uweke pale kwa meza. Ikiwezekana istampiwe na isainiwe na HR wenu. Sije kawa ni ile ya River Road.
But mbona?
I'm for full this. Unaficha nini?
Okay.
In fact, I think I should be able to know how much you're earning when we are dating. And I'm for all. If you want to know mine, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So,
and then apana mimi yangu inakata cross. I'll also be telling you how much I'm spending on my activities. No, like if I have insurance covers to pay for and blah 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 blah. Ndio sasa nakwambia I'm broke, you don't assume it I'm just being stingy because you know my salary. You know where it goes to. So I feel like full disclosure helps, but we have a subtopic for that, unajua.
Oh, okay. Because I have a question for
it's a tip. Sorry, it's fine.
So, okay.
What was your question?
My question was, we've had women being given advice by their moms, aunties, have a secret stash somewhere. Ndio kakinuka, you are able to, like, you have a blanket to cover yourself with.
But that's not what full disclosure means. Yes, I tell you I'm earning 300,000 a month. How much do I spend? Zile zitabaki, you don't need to know where it goes.
Okay. Like if you atahesabu tu ajue.
No, si niko na chama zangu malize na niko na kwambia niko na chama 3. Kwani utaanza kuniambia okay, so hii chama moja unapata lini wewe? So hizo ndio zitaokolea. Yeah. Then hizi I'm saving for biashara. As in, it's not like it you give those tiny details paka hii chama napata huu mwezi sijui nini. Hii nimeka kwa hii account ni for for those days that we've not planned for. I'm just saying full disclosure should be just a breakdown of how much you earn and how much you
Okay, I get that. I understand.
But there's still privacy in it.
Because if we know what our bills are. And we are able to contribute to that. Izo zingine by the
of course, as much as kuna contribution, you'll always have something for yourself. It doesn't mean everything goes to the family. You have something for your personal needs. But it helps. Leo nimeenda nikanunua panty dozen moja. No, of course not. You have your independence in how you spend your money. It's still there, but at least he knows. Ndio ukimwambia pia umesota, anaelewa by the way bibi yangu anapatanga hizi na most of her cash, this is where it goes to.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, your partner should be your friend. Okay.
Should be,
I hope your partner is your friend, and I hope if I ever get one, atakuwa rafiki yangu such that I don't feel like I need to be
or you can't discuss. Yes, exactly.
Or I can't be open with my partner.
I feel like it's unnecessary.
Yeah,
it is.
Okay.
So 50-50? No. Yango depends with how much you earn.
Yeah, it depends on how much. So, but it makes sense. If you're making 300,000, I'm making 50K.
But how now?
Rent
wacha nikwambie, even 300 and 250. Ako ka 50 bwana. Ako ka 50 do.
Yeah, because it's not, when we talk about gender equality, we're not talking about competition.
It's not competition.
That actually we need to balance everything equally.
Actually, the thing here is equity.
If the man is the one who's earning less, because I'm sure there's someone there thinking kama ni mwanaume ana
swali nyeti sana, swali nyeti yani si sehemu nyeti swali.
Does the same apply?
The same applies. Tunakwambia tutaachieve equality kama tukisema it only applies to women. No, inauma lakini
inabidi uzoe.
Utazoea tu. Ukikubali mahusiano mambo ni kama hayo. So subtopic number 3. Women who earn more than their partners and the dynamics.
Tuko online.
Inakaa tuko hapo, tuko sambamba. So but there's one this is one hot thing. Because this situation, by the time you were dating, he was maybe earning more than you. Then you got married, he was still earning more than you. And then along the way, you get promoted or something just happens, and then you start earning more than him.
Sasa,
hapo ndo naonanga kuna kazi ngumu. Because you have to change the dynamics of the whole thing and how it used to happen. Like how you used to cater for your bills and everything in the house. Like everything changes. There's a shift from him to you. And then there's the matter of the ego.
Uto to percentage
tumefanya shu. Alafu unajua ego haijahama. Ego bado ni yako nayo. So I usually feel like when that happens, as much as I'm sure there will be women who will be willing to contribute, my issue is the male ego.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like at that point, he starts associating small things with, or other issues in the home with your money. Or leo umekuja late, umechoka, umeenda kulala. Anza kusema sikuzi hata umpatie attention kwa sababu you're earning more. And maybe that's something he used to do in the past.
Now it's
being it becomes a nuisance. It starts being associated
hata
with the money.
Sema na tishu zinaisha kwa nyumba haraka. Anafikira kula pesa zake sana anashinda choo.
Mimi ndo chakula yako nakula nikipeleka choo. Why? But why?
It's true. I get that.
So that's my major issue. I won't have an issue contributing the more, but shida yangu ni hiyo. Because that will drive me crazy. I don't think I'll be able to stand it.
Yeah,
I feel like that's why women usually hide. Like you'd get promoted but you don't tell him. You unaogopa hiyo.
I think it will take maturity on both sides. Because for real, money gives you a something. You know, there's a way you used to walk, but now all of a sudden, but I think you should be able to have that conversation. It will depend here. Let's not lie to you and tell you that no, it's okay, because you should know your partner and you know the ego your partner has. So sometimes women would keep it a secret, and it would be wisdom depending on your partner. If your partner has an ego the size of a mountain, we wouldn't want to cause conflict in that home by now instigating that kafire.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, I don't think you should suppress yourself for the sake of, keeping someone's ego intact. I don't know how you would be able to find that balance. I think it changes from one relationship to the next.
Because again, people also change in relationships. The way you find someone, the way you're operating while dating is not the same way you'll operate in a marriage. People change a lot. Change is dynamic. Change is constant. And it's bound to happen. So at some point, people even become unpredictable, where you don't even know how your partner will react to certain things. So I think that's what most people fear. Most women would fear. But because I've even heard of situations where the man is jobless, stays at home, and the woman provides everything, and some are okay.
Yeah, some are fine. It depends on egos. Where are they misplaced?
Yeah, so this is actually very. I think you should feel lesser of a man just because your woman is providing for you.
Because trust you me, how kopeke yako.
There are so
many men whose wives are providing for them.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We are empowered women. We are living in a society where women are empowered, and we are headed to a period where we will be even more empowered. So brace yourselves for this.
Yeah.
There's no need to feel lesser of a person because of that.
Don't.
Yeah, as long as you're still being respected, no one is looking down upon you. If
anything, I think it's a show of a power couple where you're able to pull each other up.
Yeah, exactly.
And then a person, because that's the essence of partnership.
Yeah. So, the next one. Can you marry ambition?
You see, miaka yangu kwenye imefika.
Ukisikia mtu ameanza na you see.
Miaka yangu kwenye imefika.
Sijui nifunge belts.
When I was younger, I would have.
Eh.
When I was younger, I would have, depending
What
on...
has changed?
What has changed is I'm older now. So I don't have... Okay, I'm not old, but I really don't have... When, like, in our early 20s,
yeah,
the world is your oyster. Anything could happen. Even now, yes, things could change. But at this point in my life, where I've worked hard and I've gotten to a certain point in my life, I don't want to feel like I am now... tunangangana sasa
we're building CVs and you know.
I don't... That's my very honest truth. You don't have to be a millionaire. I also...
So what is the threshold? What is the threshold?
A threshold.
For you?
One, I would want someone who has a career. At this point,
career, just a career, or a career that is actually well rewarding.
It doesn't have to be well rewarding, because even me, I think I have some ways to go. But you have to be set in what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you're still huku hapakule, for me, I don't know what you want with your life, and so therefore I can't support you in doing that. Because for me, I'm the type of girlfriend who's like, okay, so what's your plan?
Where do you see yourself in
the next 10 years? Okay, so what are the steps that you're taking towards that? If you can't answer those questions for me,
that's a deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker.
Okay.
But on top of that, you must have made some steps, because if I'm dating someone, it's not someone who is in their early 20s. I personally would prefer to date someone who's older than me. So I'd expect for you to have been at that point where you have taken a few steps in life. We are building each other up, not at starting from scratch.
So will there be any markers like, yes, I have a career, and yes, a career that is well defined and I know where I'm going. But
you pay your own bills. You are able to hold your own. That for me, you're able to hold your own. I won't feel like now I am babysitting.
What about if my future ambitions don't align with yours? Maybe for you, what you want a man who foresees owning apartments in future, owning pieces of land, businesses, investments, and all that. And for him, that's not what he foresees. Will that be an issue? Because I believe the levels of ambition are different.
Okay.
So for you, must they align to what you want in your future? Or will his line be okay just because his career, like, is the career, the foundation of everything? Once that is set, you're good.
I don't think they must align 100%.
Of course, they can't be 100% because they're different people. But is the career the foundation of everything? Like, once that is set, then you're good to go. Or there will be other things.
Of course, there are other things in the future that I'm expecting that he will want in 5 years' time. This is what he mustn't want to own many things. But he must have a vision of what he expects his future to look like.
What about working for it or working towards it? Because saying is one thing,
yes,
and doing is another.
Inaitwa kusema na kutenda, na si ile wale watu tunajua tutawataja.
Because I'm sure kuna hizo situation.
Yes.
There are people who are really good at planning and saying this is what I want.
Yes, that's
but
true.
Taking those baby steps and start, actualizing those dreams. Inakuwa tu iko tu huku, ni ndoto tu.
Ni ndoto.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. No, for real, then there must have been. That's what I was saying. I must see that you have taken a few steps to getting to what you want. For example, if you tell me, for instance, that you are thinking of maybe you're now ready to settle down, but you still have girlfriend huku. Those two things don't align. They don't align.
Sure.
So I have learned to not just hear what someone is saying, but also see. Because there's a time I used to, and I get very excited. Hey,
nayo tuko sawa.
Kuja kujua ni mdomo. Hii mdomo tumepiga.
Na watu kunajua kupiga maneno pasi.
Exactly. Yeah.
But another thing, because I feel like when it comes to this, when it comes to ambition, it usually it feels like it's what we expect of men most times. But do we look at what is expected of us? that nowadays you must have something you're bringing to the table. It's not just about the man. So what about you as a woman? What are you bringing to the table?
I think
are you looking for someone who is ambitious and you're not yourself?
I think that's a very important conversation to have, and it's important to reflect on yourself as well.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy to see the speck in someone's eye
and not see it
when there's a huge log in your eye. Yeah, I totally agree.
Because I feel what I've observed, Nasiko Obaya, mostly is that for women, and I think I've had this conversation with someone, he will watch this and understand. For women, we start building our lives from the marriage perspective. But now once I get married, that's when I'd like to own land and maybe build now with my husband, buy cars. We'll do together. But my question is, what's stopping you from doing it on your own even before you're married, especially if you have the ability to? So why is it that when it comes to women, everything is intertwined?
You put your life on hold until you get this someone.
Yet you can't plan for this marriage. You don't know when you'll be married.
You don't know if you'll be married. You don't know
if, because it's not an assurance.
Yeah.
Lazima bwana.
And yet umejishikilia.
You have these opportunities. But you're holding yourself until marriage.
Yeah.
So that now brings me back to that question of ambition. Is it that we don't push ourselves enough? Is it that we feel like as we're going to marriage, you don't need to bring something to the table?
I think it comes back to, gender roles and egos as well. Because you will find if a lady buys a car and she's single, then she'll be told, hey, ushanunua gari, utapata mtu kukoa kweli?
Bwana, that question annoys me.
Ushanunua shamba? Ushanunua nyumba? Basi mtafanya nini na bwanako? Like you're supposed to put your life on hold until this person
What stops you from buying more cars and building more houses when you're married?
When you're married.
Is there a limit?
I really don't understand it.
There is no limit. To me, it's a matter of what do you bring to the table. You will be respected. You'll be in a totally different position.
And honey, if my car intimidates you,
then you're not worth it.
Then you're not.
You and I don't belong.
We don't belong together.
We don't.
Just point blank and see.
But my point here is, as much as we want men who are ambitious, let's also be ambitious. Nothing is stopping us from being so.
Yeah.
Tip number 1, communication. Talk about finances. Talk about your finances. Communication is key.
Yeah.
So this should start early. Always plan about, or rather, being able to discuss, make this a topic. Say to you are afraid of it, you shove it aside and talk about other things. Because I understand this is a very, very sensitive topic.
It is.
Very, extremely so. But you just decide to deliberately do it. Talk about it.
And if you're going to communicate about it respectfully, then it means, what am I trying to say? If you want to communicate about it, then you need to be able to do it respectfully. Okay. Respecting that even if you're a unit, there is still some yes, inasemekana we have become one.
Yeah.
But I am still one. You understand?
I'm still me. There's something that makes me me.
Yes.
It's not, yeah.
So no one should take advantage of the other. And I should still be able to, yes, we have agreed that these are our finances, these are our plans for the money that we have.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if I want to venture out and do something, I should still have my money for drinks with the guys or shopping spree or for my expensive hair and whatever, without feeling guilty that, what will my partner think? But if you can't communicate with your partner, then maybe that's not the one for you. You should be able to talk to your person.
But another thing, there's always that your independent activities shouldn't affect the budget of the home, which you're contributing towards.
Yes.
Isifike eti now, you're the one who pays school fees, and now you say you won't be able to pay because nilienda nikanunua pea 5 za viatu, I went and bought this, and it's something.
Prioritize.
Yes, you fail to prioritize because that becomes selfishness. So as much as there's the unit you, and then there's you, make sure your activities as a person don't affect your unit. Yeah. So that should always be a priority. Should come first. So that's what I think. As much as there's your independence, because naona kama hapo ndio wanawake wengi huumia. A man decides yeye ndo anaenda kusponsor mabeshte huko kukunywa etc, and then you're left to shoulder the burden of what's left, because he'll keep on saying mama ako na chama, sijua ako na nini, atasort too. So you're enjoying your life. I'm sacrificing. I'm not able to go to the salon. I'm not able to, spoil myself, buy myself shoes.
Bado ukuja uniambie venye nimechapa. Aje. Wewe.
Boy. Number 2, remove emotions from financial talk. Emotionally.
Yeah. You should be able to be sober about it. It's a very emotive topic, but you should be able to be sober about it. And that's one of the things that just scares me about this thing called marriage and long-term relationships, because you're really committing to someone and committing to a unit and being able to do something together. So you should ideally be able to trust that this other person has your interests
at heart.
That's just really scary for me.
It's like those joint accounts that people have. The good thing is that sijui kama wale wa mnawezana, sijui mimi siwezi. Now the husband is the one, if he signs he can withdraw.
There's something that
that's when I become Wambui. Siwezi. Tip number 3, come up with a plan to meet your goals. If your plan is to own land, naongeanga kuhusu mambo ya land and apartments. Sijui nitakuwa landlord in future. Is that you, Lord?
Apart from that.
Lord, are you giving me a sign? May it come true. Amen. I have received. So, like, if that's your plan, you start working towards it. But then you can't just munaeka tu pesa without deciding how you're going to implement it. You need a step-by-step guide.
Especially if you have children, or you're planning for children.
Yeah, because we'll like to be landlords in 5 years to come, but that's when you firstborn atakuwa na join campo, secondborn sijui atakuwa wapi, and maybe you don't have education covers for them. So it should be realistic. In my opinion, it should be realistic, not just saying. It's like that ambitious person we're talking about. Very ambitious, but atuoni fruits zake. So I feel like it should be the same for it to work.
Hey, on that note, please pangieni watoto. Hey, please plan for your children.
Education is expensive.
Because it's watoto ni baraka, na watoto wanasemekana wanakuja na sahani zao, but what is the quality of items that is in that plate? And how much time, apart from even the money that you spend into raising children, how much time do you have for those children? If you have 6 kids, for example, how much quality time do you have?
Umesema 6 nikasikia my ovaries zimepotea.
Are you able to instill, good discipline in all of them individually, have enough time for them, and that kind of thing? Especially considering our economy these days, where we are forced to be a 2-income household.
Single income tunateseka.
Sindio? So how much time do you have to invest in this human being,
so that there's a balance?
Yeah, and they become a wholesome adult. It's important to plan for these kids. Wasikupate tu.
Yep. Very important.
Yeah.
Number 4, develop a system that works for you. I've realized homes are totally different. What works for one home will not necessarily work for another. So it's really important for you and your family to come up with something that will work for you.
Yeah.
Because what you consume, the trips you go to, because at least Africans tumeanza embrace your family holidays.
Finally. Yeah, it used to be for the rich people.
Yeah, so you just don't wake up and say, tunaenda Diani. You start, if you're going to Diani in December, you start planning for it in January.
Yeah, so that it becomes easy.
It becomes easy. Otherwise, mtakosana.
Ka 2,000 hapo pole pole.
Utaanza kuniambia wewe ile 50k yako ya June ndio italipia hii trip. How now? So you had the opportunity to plan for this.
Yeah.
You didn't raise it. Now you're waiting for.
Yeah,
so I believe it's always good to have a system that works for consumer, what you consume in the house, expenditure and everything else. It's really important. Ya mwisho ile ya motomoto, stay positive and be honest. Honesty na pesa.
Yeah, be honest. Lakini hapo nilikuwa naona ni kama hiyo advice ya kuwa na ka secret stash ni kazuri.
No one is stopping you from doing that. No one is stopping you from doing that. My issue is wale wata salary hawa disclose. If you have per diems, so you can always go and save. No one is stopping you from the same.
Okay.
But yeah, utaki nijue your salary kwa sababu you want me to suffer for both of us as you save your money. That is so selfish. That is so selfish.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but that's what most women do. Yes, I understand in bad times we are the ones who chip in, but there's a smart way of doing it without necessarily taking advantage of another person. So guys, hapo ndio tumefika mwisho wa hiki kipindi chetu cha hela na mahusiano.
So how much money do you make, Agnes?
Jesus! Hey!
What happened to full disclosure?
I will disclose to my partner. He knows. He knows
Okay.
Hata YouTube tujaanza ku-earn bado. Maybe we can disclose that one when we start earning.
On that note, like, subscribe, and follow us on our Instagram page.
Yes, we have an Instagram page.
Yes, The Grey Purple. We'll meet there to chape story kiasi.
Yeah.
And let us know what kind of content you'd be interested in listening to.
Yeah, you can just drop a comment and say, I'd like to hear more about this. Yes.
You know,
we'll do it. We're here for you.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Spend your money.